After years of court battles, a settlement is finally reached in the Henrietta Lacks lawsuit with Thermo Fisher Scientific. Thermo Fisher Scientific is one of the many biotechnology companies that benefited from Lacks' cells that were taken without her consent by doctors at Johns Hopkins Hospital in 1951. Her cells, known as the HeLa cells, became the first human cells successfully cloned and went on to revolutionize medicine. Today, the family of Henrietta Lacks and the Attorney Ben Crump held a news conference to announce the significant settlement, a confidential settlement.
And so we are celebrating the life, and the settlement is a great announcement, but it's a bigger announcement that we continue to celebrate Henrietta Lacks. I want to read a statement that is the only thing we will say about this settlement and Thermo Fisher. Members of the family of Henrietta Lacks and Thermo Fisher have agreed to settle the litigation filed by Henrietta Lacks' estate in the United States District Court of Baltimore, Maryland. The terms of the agreement will be confidential. The parties are pleased that they were able to find a way to resolve this matter outside of the court and will have no further comment about the settlement. So we won't be talking about the settlement, but we will talk about terms. Thank you, Attorney Shear. What is very important to this family, what has always been important to this family, right, Ron, was that the family will get to define the legacy of their grandmother. That's what Alfred and Kim have been fighting for all these years. Mr. Lawrence Lacks, the last Henrietta Lacks, right now is battling some health issues, but went to his children, Ron Lawrence, his nephews and nieces, and talked about we have to find the legacy of Henrietta Lacks. He fought his whole life to try to get justice for his mother. So we are very, very elated that in his lifetime, he got a chance to go into a court of law to plead the case for his mother, to say that his mother was not insignificant, that his mother, Henrietta Lacks, was not illiterate, that his mother, Henrietta Lacks, was not inferior. In fact, she was extraordinary. On this birthday, America should acknowledge that she was extraordinary in every way.
All right, folks. There's a lot more. It's about a 40-minute news conference there. This really is a huge decision, Mustafa. And frankly, I hope they sue everybody else because at the end of the day, this is a perfect example of companies making millions off of black people and not compensating African Americans.
Yeah, it has always been about the extraction of black bodies and now also in black DNA and black genetics. So yeah, folks have been making billions, literally, dollars off of us and our body parts. So yes, I hope that they make sure the family gets every dollar that's coming to them, because if you go back and look through history, if you look at black soldiers, they medical tested on us with the various types of gases and chemicals that they were using. If you look at black prisoners, They also tested us for asbestos. If you look at black women, we saw both in slavery and afterwards how they actually did experimentation on our sexual organs and a number of other dynamics. So this is a part of a long history of the extraction of our DNA and of our body. And it's time that people, one, make sure it never happens again, but also that people receive the payment that should be a part of that pain that has followed our folks since we first came on these shores.
For the folks out there, Larry, who don't understand why it's important to have attorneys, here you go.
Absolutely. And Roland, this is taken too long. And, it's interesting in terms of black folks, and we look at history, my colleague just highlighted in terms of how, particularly enslaved Africans, prisoners, et cetera, have been treated throughout U.S. history. But this is an important moment. But it is important to recognize that we have to ensure that these kind of things don't happen in the future. We talk about all this, challenges that black women still encounter in terms of not only infant mortality rates, pregnancy-related rates. So the fight for fairness to protect the lives of black women is ongoing. And so once again, this is an important moment for the family, and also in terms of remembrance, in terms of what the country, not only the country in terms of the world, in terms of benefited from utilizing our immortal cells. But we have to continue to make sure we defend black women and we hold scientists and other individuals accountable.
Lauren?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I think it's such a great example of the exploitation game and how it works with African Americans in this country, whether it's the NCAA or the music industry or this situation right here. Money is made off of us. We bring something to the table and money is made off of us. And here we are, 70 years later, rectifying this. And even though it's very common to have these settlements be secret, I wish we knew what the number was. Hopefully it was in the multi-millions of dollars. Obviously, with Attorney Crump on the job, I'm sure it was a very good deal. But I'd love to know what it was. It's just got to be really up there, given what this situation was, lack of consent, and using somebody's cells to create cures for years after years after years. We're talking multi-millions of dollars. The fact that they got away with this is extraordinary, but I'm glad it's rectified. And congratulations once again to Ben Crump.